Well, the City of Tshwane, in other news, is closely monitoring incidents of typhoid in the capital. However, authorities say there's no need to worry about the quality of our drinking water. Rand Water has issued a statement saying its treatment processes effectively get rid of harmful bacteria. So let's talk to Koena Nkoko from the City of Tshwane's District Health Department. Mr. Nkoko, thank you for your time and good morning to you. I'm sure you can imagine some panic around this outbreak, but as the City of Tshwane, what can you tell us in terms of bringing clarity to this matter, and what, of course, you know about the outbreak within Tshwane?
Thanks very much, Tumelo, and good morning to the viewers at home. Maybe just to correct you that in as far as the Tshwane cases, we are not yet in the outbreak space, as we have explained in the media. And indeed, there's no need for the communities to panic. So far, we only have in just about 9 cases, with 1 in hospital and the rest obviously, under treatment at home. Some already would have completed the treatment. So we are closely monitoring the situation on the basis that there are 2 provinces, obviously, in the country currently that are experiencing an outbreak. And fortunately or unfortunately, obviously, we are the neighbor to one of those, being Northwest. You know that Tshwane has borders with Northwest. So it's important for us to be watching the space very carefully. But at this point in time, there's nothing that suggests that we need to be worried, nor should the community be panicking.
Okay, so you're saying there are no cases, just for clarity's sake, there are no cases of typhoid in Tshwane that you know of at this point?
No, we've got about 9 cases since December, and 2 was in December, and the rest were between January and up to yesterday. Right. So those cases are there, but the number that we have does not fit the definition of an outbreak at this stage.
Right. In terms of what residents can do at this point in terms of practicing good water hygiene, what would your suggestion be at this time? Yeah.
Basically, we are educating and advising our communities to be on alert, of course, but not to panic, given that this typhoid in any way is treatable with normal antibiotics that you can get in any health facility. So in terms of what they can do at home, we encourage that they should be practicing comprehensive hand hygiene, which basically involves washing hands regularly, before and after preparing food, when one is from the bathroom, as well as looking at food safety practices, meaning that food needs to be washed carefully and stored properly at all times. And before one consumes any raw food, they must make sure that it's thoroughly and carefully washed, just to be sure that there's no contamination from anywhere else. And lastly, in terms of water safety or water hygiene, if there is any suspicion that the water the person is consuming might be contaminated for whatever reason, they need to really boil it. But as you have indicated yourself in your preamble, that the authorities responsible for water testing have confirmed that at this stage there is no linkage between the few sporadic laboratory confirmed cases with water. So the water in the municipalities at this stage are said to be safe.
Right. And if anyone suspects that they might have contracted typhoid fever, what then should they do, particularly in Tshwane, or even if they didn't necessarily contract it in Tshwane, maybe they were traveling in other parts of the country, came home in Tshwane and suspect they might have typhoid fever, what's the messaging then from the city?
Yeah, as a city, we encourage citizens that are having any suspicions that they might have contracted typhoid fever to report to their nearest facility for obviously assessment, diagnosis, and possible treatment if they are confirmed as such. And again, just to indicate that we discourage communities from just posting on social media, that they are having typhoid when they have not been clinically and scientifically assessed by a professional who would then confirm that through the laboratory samples.
Yeah, we had a conversation with a rep from the Western Cape, and I just wonder, in your instance at the City of Tshwane, have you been inundated with concerns around typhoid fever within the City of Tshwane due to some of these posts on social media that you're trying to manage in any case?
Yes, broadly speaking, obviously on social media, when people post what I would call irresponsible messages, it calls for panic in the community. And we are inundated, of course, with questions. But like we are doing, we appreciate this opportunity that you have provided to us so that we can set the record straight and calm down our citizens, that the city is doing everything to make sure that they are protected. All what we are doing currently is just more to be cautious and watch the space very carefully so that should there be a need for us to respond on the basis of an outbreak, we are able to do so. But we have not reached that stage where we are in an outbreak.
All right, we'll leave it there, Mr. Nkoko. Thank you so much for this clarity. And speaking to us this morning, Mr. Koena Nkoko from the City of Tshwane, of course, mentioning that there is no need for panic at this stage. They are monitoring the situation and do encourage citizens and residents of the City of Tshwane, rather, to practice good hygiene. All right.